All right, so many of you may think that the title to this video may be misleading in some way or another, but I really want to show you a great strategy for any beginner trader out there who's interested in the future markets, whether it is the NASDAQ futures, the ES, gold, whatever it may be that your heart is set out for you to actually trade, and you're trying to find a way in which you can start trading full time. Okay, I mean making good money, whether it's $500 a day or $5,000 a day. Stay tuned to the video content from beginning to end, because I am going to break down a simple way for you to start making some money today trading futures. Okay, and it's all about scalping for several points a day. And I say several, I don't mean 2 or 3. Comfortably speaking, 20 points on the NASDAQ, especially if you're trading the E-minis, will put you in a good position to where it will compound on a weekly basis. Just imagine making $500 a day, 5 days a week. That's $2,500 a day times 4 or 4.3 weeks in a year, whatever the case may be. That's well over 10 grand a month. All right. A lot of people aren't making that a month trading. I mean, not trading, but working in their full-time job. All right. 9 to 5 or working a shift level job. So, this isn't like trading stocks where you're investing money long-term or short-term or long-term and holding. This is a way to actually wake up every single day, a daily routine of being able to sit in front of the computer, maybe at most 2 hours a day, and make a decent living right from the comfortability of your own home and your own desk, workspace. Okay. So the number one thing that you must understand fully is going to be market structure. All right. Listen, guys, it's not rocket science. It's not that hard. The more you spend time doing this, the simpler it will be. And at some point, you'll be able to just open your charts up, okay, and be able to quickly identify in less than 5 minutes, which types of trades you should be taking, whether it's a supply setup or a demand zone setup. You will be able to figure it out very quickly. Now, I'm just going to show you 2 quick examples of trades setups within the last 2 days that would have paid off very nicely. One today and one yesterday, both of them being supply setups, and demand setups are just in the inverse of. Now, again, market structure for every beginner out there who's watching this video wanting to trade the E-minis, okay, or even maybe even the micros, because I do recommend that for those that are just starting off. Understand this. Which way, first and foremost, would you say the market is moving to the downside here? Okay. Does it look bullish to you? Does it look like you should be taking trades going long? No, only shorts. Okay. That was yesterday's price action right here. Into today's trading session. What about right here? Bearish only, right? I don't see any opportunity, to be honest with you, to be going long. All right. All right. As the market was making, it made this high here, right? But prior to that, it made a low, came up, made a high, low. Remember what I talk about, the descend to the downside, where it makes its first lower high, where it's not breaking above the most recent major high? Then that's a kind of the signal or sign of a turning point. And especially when it comes down and takes out a low that it just made, okay, prior to making that lower high, and then it breaks it, and we got a breaker structure below here and taking out a major low. So market structure is the most important thing, that and price action. Once you have determined which way you need to trade, if we're bearish, look for supply setups. If we're bullish, look for demand setups. Then you can start marking off the zones on your charts, according to what you see taking place. So if I'm looking at yesterday's price action, same thing. Low, lower highs, breaking structure to the downside consistently. When we're moving lower, guys, you got to understand this was a major low right here, okay? This was a major low. That was a high, okay, on a leg to the upside. The market comes down, makes a low here, another lower high, and pushes lower. At that point in which we break this low right here, I am definitely only interested in taking short opportunities. We break below that area, make a low, lower high, low, lower highs, low, lower highs. Right here was a great opportunity. This was a nice swing to the downside. We were already bearish, breaking another area structure coming lower below 20,090. Here's a supply area. Write this down. Take a mental note. If we are breaking lower and we are bearish, you need to be looking for you need to be looking for areas of supply where the market has broken structure. The break of structure is the most important thing that I need to see. First and foremost, did we break some structure? Yes. Low, lower, high, breaking structure. Once I have seen that, I say, okay, do we have a high probability setup where there's an imbalance resting back at the zone? For those that quite don't understand what I mean when I say imbalance, I'm also referring to it in many videos in regards to a gap. All that is a space back to the zone on a candle resting back at the zone, okay, that's created to see if there is a void or imbalance resting back at the zone, okay? And if so, or at the zone. If so, then I'm looking for opportunity to continue in this direction to go short if we get the rejection. Now, I'm going to mark up the zone the moment it breaks structure because it's definitely an area of supply, aggressive selling. We have an imbalance right here. As we are pushing back to the upside, okay, I'm going to go down to my lower base chart. This strategy is all about marking up first a higher base chart zone, meaning a supply zone in this case here because we're bearish. And once we've done that, meaning on the 120, because I trade range-based charts, do not trade time-based charts. And I say this a million times. I guess I need to keep saying it. It's because range charts are just clearer and easier for me to read. I like the price action on them. I don't care for the time-based charts, okay, or any other chart, okay. I started doing this, perfecting this, and what works for me may not work for you, okay. But I'm just telling you this. A lot of people who are part of our community love. Once I've introduced them to range charts, they kind of can't go back, okay? But that's fine. I always say if you are making money, whatever chart you're trading, please continue doing so. Don't jump ship to something that, you know, I'm showing you some new chart material, whatever the case is. But the strategy may be something that you may want to be interested in and pick up and back test for sure. Do your homework, okay? To see if it's going to work for you or not. Can't make any guarantees. It works for me. Works for a ton of other individuals that are part of our community and those that are still finding the way. Some have already, you know, many have come, gone. Some are still here and they are making money. All right. Now, what I will say is this right here. Once we break structure, number one, look for your supply zone. Okay. As it is pulling back, I already got the zone marked up. This is where I'm going to go down to my lower base chart and look for a smaller zone resting on the inside of the zone. So all this is multi-chart confluence, marking up a higher base zone first, my 120, then moving down to my lower base chart, my 24 range, and then finding a smaller supply zone resting on the inside of the larger 120 supply zone. Okay, now let's move down to the lower base chart, which is my 24 range chart that I take my entries from on the NASDAQ. So this is why I said in the title, the world's greatest scalping strategy. Yes, because it's a quick way for you to be able to get in the market and get out, but you are looking for and finding high probability setups surrounding confluence. That larger box there is the 120 range supply zone. Now, remember what I said as it is retracing and coming back up to the supply zone? Go ahead and start looking to see if you have a supply zone, a smaller one on the 24 range chart because we're on the lower base chart within the larger box. And as it's coming back up, I can quickly see on the inside, we have gaps to the downside, okay, coming down aggressively. Nice supply area right here, resting back on the inside of this swing here, supply zone. I'm going to mark that zone up on the inside. And as you can see, it hits the 120, comes into the 24 range zone. Get the rejection, sweet. Remember, see, we're almost to the tick as it hits that zone and it comes to the downside. All right. I talk about this so much on this channel, but I really break trades like this down for our elite channel supporters. And if you're interested in becoming one, it's only $6.99 a month. That's where I break down trades that I've taken and I post it over on our Discord community so you can understand the trades for one, so you can look for similar setups just like this for two, so that you can understand my mindset and the reason why I took these trades. Talking about stop loss placement, profit target, structure, everything that you need to know. That's number three. Okay, I'll break it down in detail as you were sitting right next to me. So that's the purpose of the Elite Channel Supporter Group. And if you're interested in joining that private community where you get tons of the trade breakdown videos, many of them that are already there, plus a great video that I covered on market structure for anyone that's struggling with that concept, and the video playlist, only for $6.99 for anyone that's interested. Just think about how much money you may spend a week on other things that may be nonsense, or maybe some things that maybe like you say, hey, I can cut back from, maybe a cup of coffee a day, which is costing you $6, $7, $8, $9, $10. You know, whatever it is that you're spending money on that may add up. something like this could be very beneficial for you, especially if you're really wanting to be interested and looking for something that works. Okay. Again, I can't make any guarantees because everybody sees things differently, but how I break things down, I try to do it in the most simplest form as possible. So for that small fee, only $6.99. And what are you doing? You're supporting me as not only a trader, but as a content creator, someone that's providing you with this information that could be life-changing for you. Again, I can't make any guarantees. You have to give it a try. But for $6.99, it definitely makes sense, to give it a try, right? So the link is right down in the description portion of the video. The first link you're going to find is the Discord link. The Discord is free for anybody that's interested. And then that second link is the one right below it that says Elite Channel Supporter. Once you click that, make sure you choose the second tier for $6.99, and that's going to give you access to the private community on YouTube, all right? And that's pretty much it. I'll be honest with you. I mean, once you have identified and you start understanding these setups and you watch the video content, I'm telling you, please do so. Watch the video content so you can start grasping some information, because I can assure you just about every question you may have is going to be in one video or in many other videos that I've covered, because I talk about the same thing over and over in repetition, because I want people to become successful and understand one setup after another what I'm looking at. Okay, so I'll break it down. Outside of that, that's all I have, guys. I mean, this is very simplistic, nothing complex to it at all. If you aren't a current subscriber, please take the time to subscribe by clicking the sub button right now. All right, before you click off the video right here, make sure to turn your post notifications on so you do not miss any of the uploaded content here on the channel. Okay, outside of that, if you found value in today's video content, you say, hey, I want to give this a try, it makes sense, make sure to click that like button for me before you click off that thumbs up button, so that this information in which I'm sharing, it gets passed forward to all the other individuals out there who are searching for it here on YouTube. I appreciate it, guys. Take care and have a great weekend.